What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Absolutely April, here for another recap. And this is a new recap. I'm doing Love is Blind, y'all. I enjoy Love is Blind. And I just had some thoughts. It has been a crazy week. My child has been sick. I haven't even had a chance to do my other recaps. But stay tuned, stay locked in with your girl. She's trying to get it done with a sick child who's on the mend, but it's difficult. So if you're new to my channel, I'm Absolutely April. I do recaps of TV shows, reality shows, movies. I might throw in some spirituality tips. So stay tuned to what I have to offer you all. So you might as well go ahead and subscribe, join my tribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified about all of my uploads. And if you're returning, I appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. I thank you for your support. I thank you for your encouragement in the comments. I'm so grateful for you all. So let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. It's Love is Blind. It's now on Netflix. I believe it's episodes 1 through 4. So I got a little bit of visuals so we can talk about it. And I'm just going to give my reaction. I haven't written down any notes. So this is straight off the dome. So let's see. Yeah, here we go. So this is Love is Blind. We are now on season 3. It started October 19th. So I'm a little behind. But like I said, my child was sick, so I had a chance to kind of look at different things while, he was resting. And so I got a chance to binge a little bit. So like I said, I didn't write any notes, but we just gonna talk about it. Let's just talk about it, y'all. So we're gonna start with the ladies on the cast. Oh goodness, I don't remember her name right off the bat. But I like her. I know she's Israeli, and she is I don't know. I can't remember her name. It's going to come to me one of these days. Let me see if I can find it real quick while I'm talking about it. But I like her. She seems down to earth. She could, to me, and I don't know if she has or not, and I'm not trying to say anything about her size, but I mean, you could tell she's a plus size woman. Don't y'all think she would do good like in a Torrid ad or what's another plus size? On Instagram, you see Eloquy a lot. I love her look. She's very pretty. I know she does insurance. She has her own insurance agency. So I like her. She's really nice. So far, episodes 1 through 4, she does not seem problematic at this point. So she's one to watch. She's going to be one to watch. I don't think she's going to be problematic, but we will see. Some things that I know, one of the insecurities that she did bring up was the fact that she wants, the foundation and the fundamentals of the relationship to to be there. Hence, like, will they accept her for being, Israeli, Jewish? So she says she's not super spiritual. However, she is very proud of who she is. And so I get it. I totally get it. And I like that she says that because you just don't, in this day and age, you just don't know who, maybe have an issue. I mean, you would think that people wouldn't, but some people do have an issue, with, someone's race. So there's something that's at the top of her head, especially now in this climate. There is a lot of anti-Semitism, and you wouldn't think in this day and age we would still be dealing with that, unfortunately, but we are. And so that's one of the big things on her heart. You see me looking down because I'm trying to find her name. And I don't know why I say Nikki, but her name is not Nikki. I don't know. Comment down below if y'all remember her name, if I can't find it. But I like her. She seems like somebody I'm going to enjoy watching. throughout the season. But I don't know, if that's going to be an insecurity for her in the, let's see, Alexa. I should remember because every time they said it, I just thought about, Amazon Alexa thing. Yeah, that's Alexa. She's 27. And like I said, she's an insurance agency owner. So yeah, we like Alexa so far. So moving on, we have Colleen. She's a ballet dancer, and she wants everyone to know she is a ballet dancer, but doesn't want to be taken like she. People lust after ballet dancers, and she wants to be taken seriously. But yet, all of the men she talked to, she led with, "I'm a ballet dancer, and I'm limber, I'm flexible." Lady, if you want to be taken seriously, I mean, yes, tell them you're a ballet dancer, but don't lean into that. Like it seems like that was her leading thing. Like that was her way of hooking the guys. And is that, oh, I'm a ballet dancer. Look at me. I'm limber. I'm cute. I'm perky. But outside of that, I like her. I used to do ballet dancing. And I never used that as but I guess I'm not professional. But yeah, she definitely seems she has issues. This from so far, she has issues with vulnerability. She has had connections with a couple guys on the cast, and it just did not work out for her because of her lack of vulnerability, and being able to have some depth. Like I said, the only thing her go-to thing was that she was a ballet dancer. So yeah. Next one is Nancy. Nancy, she's nice. I like Nancy. She seems like, how would I describe Nancy? She's very perky as well. Someone on the cast described her as being agreeable. I can see her being agreeable, but I do think she has a lot of insecurities as well. To me, that's how she comes across as, to have a little insecurities. I know she did make mention in one of the episodes that she was never the one that was, pursued by men. She was always the one that kind of like hung out on over there on the side. She was never pursued. This particular in this instance, she was kind of pursued. She was at the top of a couple of men's mind. So I can understand that. I know one of her biggest deal breakers was the age. She had a way, how she wanted her life to look, and she wanted a older guy who was already kind of established. She ends up with a guy that is not as old as she would have liked. So yeah, I like Nancy, but hmm, I think she's going to have to work through some of her insecurities, and also being as agreeable as she does. I feel like she's almost like a people pleaser. That she's not going to, if she's upset about something, she may not say it for being for fear of maybe not being accepted. If you know what I mean. So moving on, we have Raven. Raven is the Pilates girl. She's definitely into her fitness and wellness. She's very cute. She's has a nice body, of course. First and foremost thing on her mind is Pilates, and she's going to do it every waking moment. She kind of comes across as the mean girl. I know she had threw some shade towards Nancy when she thought that she was going to have to compete with her with another guy. So she was kind of throwing some shade her way. But at the end of the day, she is all about Pilates. She doesn't seem to be as affectionate and as open. I can't wait to see her journey. From some of the previews I'm seeing her, I think that she is going to be open to the process, but right now she does seem a little guarded. And I would like to hear a little bit more about her backstory. So yeah, let's move on. We have Zenab. Now I want to call her Zainab, but I think she pronounces it as Zenab. or Zainab. Don't know, but I love her name, and she is also a girl who I think she also is a girl who says that men don't approach her. She's a flight attendant. And she was just like, men don't really approach her like that. And, she doesn't get hit on like that. And she comes across, she has the little snarky comments. And she likes to lead with sarcasm. But I think it's just a cover up about, how maybe sensitive and insecure she may be. So she does the little, snarky stuff. And I like her. I feel like sometimes she could probably be a little bit nitpicky. And she acknowledges that she's very passive aggressive. And I do see that where she needs to be a little bit more assertive. I think that the fact that she is insecure about some things that she's not I guess what she feels is the pretty girl. I think she's beautiful, but I think that she's going to kind of rely on other things to hide her insecurities of who she is. And I feel like she's a beautiful woman. I like her. Her personality, it would probably get on my nerves at some point, but I like her. Moving on. So now we have the men. This is Bartiz. He's the young one on the crew, on the cast. He's 25, but he likes older women. So he likes to be a little sugar baby, I'm assuming. But he doesn't have a problem with older women. He says he's mature, but I'm starting to see some little hints of immaturity in how he acts, how he relates to things. It's just, I don't know. We'll see. His connections were Nancy and Raven. And he likes that he and Raven were, very similar, but I guess he didn't feel like Raven was going to be the person for him because she just did not show him the affection that he was looking for or the attentiveness that he was looking for. And we'll discuss that later on because I got a slide to kind of show that. But yeah, I think that's what it boiled down to between, he liked Nancy, he liked her personality, he liked that the fact that she's Latina, and she reminds him of his grandmother. So that was a big plus for her. And she just had an agreeable personality. She wasn't problematic. She seems to listen to him and, hang on his words and kind of, respond. She was a good listener for him somewhere, a soft place to land. That's what we're going to call it. She was a soft place to land for him. And I think Raven was not as a soft place to land. She did not seem to be kind of engaging into, anything that he had to say. So I don't know. This is Brennan. His main connection was Alexa. He also liked Colleen. He had a little connection with Colleen, but Alexa trumped everybody. As soon as he started having conversations and deep conversations with Alexa, he didn't care about anybody else. Like no one else was in the room for him. And so he had to break it off with Colleen, and she did not take it well. But I appreciate that he was very honest with her. I'm assuming he's like a cowboy because he had the cowboy hat. But he was very accepting to Alexa. He said, it's me and you in this process. I don't see nobody else. It's just you. He seemed to be accepting of her background of being Jewish. He did not care about that. He was like, I love you for you. And that's it. So I was kind of at first when this happened before they saw each other, I was like, oh God, I hope he doesn't mind a plus size girl. Because, some men have issues with women who are plus size. So that's why I was like, I hope that's not going to be an issue. But it did not seem to be an issue for them. And I'm happy about that. Now we have Cole. Yeah, Cole. Cole is the guy. He reminded me of I can't remember his name, but the guy from the first season. He had two girls, and he ended up going with the girl that was more down to earth. I can't remember his name, but I do have a slide to show. But he kind of reminds me and Shane. He kind of puts me in the mindset of Shane as well, from last season. And Cole is not a reality. He's a realtor, and he also flips homes. He's a party boy on the outside, like a frat guy type, but then on the inside, he says he's looking for someone with depth, but he's a fun guy, so he wants someone he can banter with. He connected with Zainab and Colleen, and he felt like he and Colleen was a little bit too similar. So he was really trying to go, figure out like, okay, where can we go with this? Where do I see? Like he even referenced with Colleen, he said, I think we'd be, great together. We'd have hot kids and but we'll be poor. So, but he just I don't know. I don't know why he feels like he and Colleen would be poor. Maybe because she's a ballet dancer and they don't have the longest life cycle. I mean, once you get into a certain age, you kind of age out of ballet dancing, usually in your early to mid 20s. So I think Colleen is on the latter end of ballet dancing. Um, Definitely if she is a principal dancer, I mean you're the one that is featured. You're the one that get the featured roles. I don't know if she's a principal dancer, especially at her age. But she should be aging out soon. And so Cole is like that. He he wouldn't be my type, but I'm sure there's a type for him out there. He's just one of them fun-loving guys. He's the kind of guy that you could see at tailgating parties, drinking beer. He is the life of the party. He's a frat guy, in my opinion. So we have Matt. Matt is he's a VP of aerospace or aeronautics or something like that. Whatever it is high up there. He's like an engineer or something. So I was like, when I saw that, I was like, wow, okay, Matt. He ends up connecting with Colleen as well, and they seem to have a lot in common. She appears to open up to him a little bit more. He has been married before, but he married his high school sweetheart who later cheated on him. So that was kind of hard. And I don't know. I don't know too. He said a little bit here and there, but nothing really stuck out about Matt. So we're gonna see, how he, as the episodes drip out to us, we're gonna see how he evolves because they're in 30 days they should be getting engaged. Well, they should be getting engaged by the end of by the time they make it out the pods. But after they make it out the pods, they have 30 days to get married, or they could say no at the altar. Then we have SK. SK is our Nigerian brother. He went to Baylor. I think he's also an engineer. I think he's a data engineer. He seems nice. I don't know, he connected with Raven, and I think someone else, I think Nancy might have connected with him, but they didn't really show much of it. But yeah, he seems to me, he seems a little boring. But I think he might make a great husband. He says he's very affectionate. But he does his dad, he comes from a polyamorous life. Like his dad had more than one wife. So, but he says he does not believe in it. So it'll be interesting to see, how he and his fiance evolved, especially, with him being, a son of, I think he is first generation in the States, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. We're going to see how it works for them, but he's a nice guy. He's just a little boring to me, but that's just my opinion. Then we have Andrew. Andrew has the very white voice. Like when you see him, he oozes sex appeal. Like, if I would have been in the pods and heard him, I probably would have gravitated towards him. Just his voice alone is very like soothing, but he's very sexual, almost too sexual. And he, he's telling it, telling people like, I think he told Nancy, he was practicing what they call semen retention and, transcendental Kama Sutra or something like that. It was a lot. He's a freak. Andrew is a freak, but he draws you in. He's very cool and calm. But we're gonna see how Andrew fares. Keep watching my little slideshow. So this is the guy that reminds me of Cole. This guy right here, and I cannot remember his name, but he was a nice guy. I liked him, but he definitely had an issue with trying to figure out between two girls. But they just remind me of each other, very much so. They, have the look and everything, but Cole also reminds me of Shane. Now, this is a clip of Raven, like when Bartiz was pouring out his heart to Raven. She was exercising. Like he was being so vulnerable with her. She was doing jumping jacks. She was exercising. She was doing sit-ups. She was doing yoga. It's like, are you listening? Are you listening to what she's saying and what she's doing? What he's saying? Like she was just like, she just thought it would have been, this is my time to work out. Like, I don't know why she was doing that when he was pouring out his heart, but I felt so bad for Bartiz. And I thought maybe he didn't hear it. He did tell her, he's like, okay, so I just said all that. And did you finish your jumping jacks? I don't think she thought that he could hear her, but he could. And that was rude. That was so rude, Raven. I didn't like that. So here's when Andrew is talking really, really sexual, with, Nancy. She's getting hot and bothered on the other side, and he is just laying it on thick with his very white voice. He has a lot of swag. He has definitely a lot of swag. I like him, but yeah, he ain't. He for the streets. Andrew is for the streets. So this is a clip where I think Brennan and Alexa got engaged like immediately, almost seemed like. So they hit it off, well. He proposes to her. She looks cute. Like I said, she's just, to me, she would be a perfect plus size model. I like her. And this is what after, they met each other. He seems smitten. But you see how she's leaning down. I feel like she's a little insecure about her weight. I feel like she has some insecurities about her weight. And if he would have been okay with that. But he seemed, like I said, he was a smitten kitten. He didn't have no problems with it. And I like that about Brennan. Now here's this boy right here, Andrew. Like I said, he has the very white voice that he'll lure you in. So at the end of the day, he didn't get chosen. So when the producers were asking him, how he felt about it, this dude right here is gonna put Visine in his eyes so it can look like he was crying. Come on now. Andrew, I don't know. Like I said, I think he wanted to be on the show. And I think he thought he was going to get there with all of his talk about, sexual stuff. And I don't think Andrew had no really connection with Nancy, but I think he's felt like he could lure her in eventually, and she would choose him. I think did he end up proposing? I think he might have proposed, and she said no. She ended up going with Bartiz instead. So, so this is her. She's accepting her in the engagement with Bartiz. And this is them when they finally meet. I didn't realize Bartiz was going to be that tall, but he's very tall, or she's very short, one or the other. But they look cute together. I think they look cute. They have a lot of chemistry. Her body is pressed up against his. So yeah, there's a lot of chemistry. I like that. And here is Raven and SK. She ends up choosing SK because he brought out the vulnerabilities, her vulnerabilities. he seems like he was the most patient with her. So she ends up choosing SK, and this is them meeting for the first time. I don't know I don't know if I get a read on if she's really attracted to him, but I know he's attracted to her. I definitely know he's attracted to her. So here are the couples. So the couples ended up being Zainab and Cole. Cole ended up getting rid of Colleen because she couldn't go deep. And he liked the fact that Zainab seemed like a person he could really talk with and banter with, but also she was, she was a believer. She believes in God and prayer. So she, I think once she found out Cole, was a big person about God and family and stuff, I'm not saying she don't love God, don't get me wrong, but I think she really played it up even more with him. And and they connected about that. Here's Alexa and Brennan. Yeah, so cute. I like her. And that rust color is everything. It really is, good against her complexion. Here's Bartise and Nancy. Cute together. I like them. Now, Nancy did have an issue with him being 25 years old because she wanted somebody a little bit more established. And, when she thinks of 25, she thinks of somebody who's playing games. But Bartise assures her that he dates nothing but, grown women. We're going to see how Bartise is. I done picked up some immaturity in him. Here's Raven and SK kind of posing the same. I think there's more to meets the eye to Raven. If you just immediately look at Raven, you just like, oh, she's a cute chick, and she's probably into herself. But I think there's some layers to Raven. I really do. Here's Colleen and Matt. I think they make a very nice couple. They look good together. I know she said she has insecurity about her nose. So she was scared to meet him and thought that maybe he wouldn't like her because of her nose. But I don't think he cared anything about that. I think he feels like she's hot. And she is. She's cute. So this is the couples go to, I think, Malibu, I believe. And so, Matt is into Colleen. They've been hanging out. They got the Love is Blind cups, wine glasses. So yeah, they really connected. You see some chemistry with them. I like them so far. Nothing problematic so far. And this is them laying up in the bed together. I think they did the do on the first night. Yeah, so the chemistry was definitely there for them. I think right now he's just really into her. I don't think he sees any red flags, but according to the previews, is something that may come out about this couple. Now here's Cole and Zainab. They too they have chemistry. They too have had relations on the first night, repeatedly from what they have been saying. So it's been more than one round. So they definitely are connected in that way. Now, if you look at the caption on here, he says, "This is a boring conversation. Let's talk about something awesome." I think that although they connected in the past, I don't see this. I see that this is going to fizzle out because I feel like Cole is going to be too immature for Zainab, and Zainab is going to be too straight-laced for him. He wants somebody he can have fun with because I do remember a scene where they were playing games like chess, ping pong. Zaynab went into that. That's not her thing. She is probably a girl who likes to sit by the pool. She likes to probably get massages, and she doesn't want to do the sporty stuff. I don't see her as the sporty chick, and I think that's what he wants. Because even when they were playing cornhole, she was just like, that's not me, but I'll do it for you. And it just wasn't a fun experience. So I think they lack chemistry in that area, but they do connect as far as sexually, and probably how their outlooks and their faith. I don't think that's enough to keep them though. So here they are, they're talking. And Cole makes mention that he can't stand that she's so passive aggressive, and she tells him, just be direct with me. If it's something I'm doing that you don't like, let me know. So we'll see how that goes. But she's very sarcastic. But she was like that in the pods. And I think Cole was like, he didn't think it was that bad until, she would say things like if he left his towel in a certain spot, she would just be like, would be passive aggressive about the whole situation. And he said that was annoying to him. So here's Bartice and Nancy. They have a lot of chemistry with each other. He is enjoying her so far. I don't think he sees anything wrong with Nancy for now. For now. And this is Alexa and Brennan. They're so cute. I hope they can pull it off. I really do, but they do give me Nick and Shayla vibes. I think that was her name. Maybe it ain't Shayla. Nick and the girl from last season, they connected really quick, and they are now getting the divorce, but they kind of remind me of them too. So I'm hoping that's not going to be their case, because I really like them together. So the couples all meet up, they get shots, they have, they get to see each other with everybody that they dated. And this when the shenanigans start. So, of course, Brenna is telling Alexa, I only got eyes for you. I don't care about them other girls. I only got eyes for you. So here's Raven and SK. SK is kind of upset because Raven is not giving him the affection. She's kind of standoffish with him, so he can't really get a read on her. But she did tell him in the past, like, that's just not me. It takes me a while to warm up with someone. And so she wants to really take it slow with him. She wants to kind of get to a point, like, I don't feel like it's about the attraction physically. She wants to know if she's mentally and emotionally attracted to him. But baby, when Bartice sees Raven, oh, he's like, dang, she hot. And she got this tight dress on. Like, he is quickly like attracted to her, like right off the bat. He's attracted, like, she's hot, yeah. But I'm like, Bartice, you didn't like her because she was exercising while you were trying to be vulnerable. So stick with that, bruh. Just because she looks aesthetically pleasing, I don't think she's your person. I tell you. So this is Bartice and Nancy. He tried to, once he saw Raven, he really tried to still look at Nancy in that way, but it's definitely giving me Ayanna and why am I drawing blanks? It's probably because I haven't had any sleep. But Ayanna and her boo from last year, you remember with the whole thing with when he was feeling I don't know if her name was Morgan, whatever the girl name was, you know who I'm talking about. The one last season where Ayanna and oh boy, and he was really attracted to old girl. This is horrible, but he was really attracted to maybe I don't think her name is Mia, but she was really cute. She gave me kind of J-Lo vibes a little bit, but he was really attracted to her. He proposed to her. She did not accept. So he went to Ayanna, and Ayanna ends up accepting his proposal. Come to find out, once he actually saw her, he was like, she's exactly who I thought she was. And he just kind of kept lusting after her. This is the same situation. I'm saying all that to say this is the same situation. I feel like now that he's seen Raven, he's not going to be able to get Raven out of his head because he is so physically attracted to her. And now he's like, did I make the right decision? Sad. So this is where, his immaturity comes in. I'm not saying he's wrong, but I think it's just like, read the room, bruh. Like, he's being upfront and honest about he is really, really attracted to Raven. Like, that's the girl I would have went for. Because at this point, they're talking about all the other couples. Who do they think is going to last? Who they don't. But he's like, yeah, Raven, yeah, I would. He's telling his fiance, mind you, Nancy, that if Raven was that one, she would. If this was the real world, I would have went after Raven and blah blah blah. It would have been us. And I'm just like, hello, you're engaged. Why would you say that? And I think that's where his immaturity and his age is showing, in my opinion, because he is really not taking into consideration Nancy's feelings and how she might feel about that, because that's not right. Like, you're gonna make her feel insecure going forward. So when Raven's around, and I'm looking down because I want to make sure um that I think it is episodes 1 through 4 or 1 through 3. Whatever it is, I'm going to make sure I put it down below. But I definitely wanted to make sure. I just don't like the way he treated her, because I'm like, you're not. I mean, although I love that you're being honest, but it's like you are being honest. It's like you are not even being compassionate with your fiance. So it's almost about, like, I always like to quote, like, true honesty without compassion is brutality. I feel like that was kind of brutal. It was a little brutal on his part. I don't think he was doing it on purpose. I don't feel like that's his style. But I do feel like he was just so, like, he was, when he saw Raven, baby, he couldn't even think of nothing else. And I mean, he's almost looking at Nancy as, oh, she's just a friend. She say he's just a friend, and you say he's just a friend. Like, he's looking at her as a friend, and he's just pouring out her heart, and his heart about Raven. Like, where did he do that at? And I probably would have blew up on him. If I can be quite honest, I would probably have blew up on him. Like, well, then go with her then. Why am I still here? Like, it would have been an issue. Oh, it's actually okay. I think I done went all the way through 1 through 5. If I'm No, that ain't it. Child, this is so unorganized. But I just wanted to come to y'all and talk about it. Yeah, it's 1 through 4. So yeah, I didn't like that, and I'm going to go out on a limb that this is going to be the issue between this couple. Like, I don't know if he's going to be able to recover from this, and I don't think Nancy is going to be able to recover from that, because, like I said, she's already dealing with insecurities of not being the pretty girl and not being the one that's chosen, and now you're going to say this to your fiance. Bartiz, Bartiz. If he does end up, he's gonna have to really, really make up with Nancy. And I don't see where he would have to do too much, because she seems like she's a nice girl, and she would probably, but it's gonna always be in the back of her mind, like Ayana and oh boy. That, I think that always was a thing at the back of Ayana's mind, and the fact that everybody is commenting on it, everybody's talking about it, it did not make it any better. So I don't know. It's gonna be hard for this couple to recover from that. So let's see. Yep, that's my last visual. So comment down below. What are you feeling about the couples? Are you liking the couple so far? What is it that you like so far about this season? The couples, who do you think is going to say yes? Who do you think is going to say no? Um, I don't have any predictions at this point. I really don't. I need to see it a little bit more. And then when I come back after, they do another drip, I think once I can see how they interact with family and stuff, I'll have a little bit more. But right now we've gotten to the retreat. So it's still the honeymoon phase for this cast. It's still the honeymoon phase. So let's just see. But I do see where there could be some hiccups, for some of these couples. And we're gonna see what happens. Comment down below, tell me your thoughts. Again, if you made it this far and you're enjoying the content, go ahead and subscribe, join my tribe. Come on now, it's free. It's free. Nothing, no sweat off your back. Go ahead, hit the like button Also share it if you want somebody to watch Love is Blind and they want to, get some commentary on it. Share it. Share it with a friend. Sharing is caring. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified about all of my uploads. Until then, see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.